right, and we're back with ESQ-Astro. I am your host, ESQ. Okay, and here on ESQ-Astro Sauce, we do a classic Egyptian tarot spread. Let me open up my blinds just a bit. Get some light in here for y'all. I feel like it's a little dark on the camera. Yeah, there we go. All right. Yep, so we do a classic Egyptian tarot spread with the pyramid build up using the Egyptian tarot, which I do all my shuffles live on camera with that Egyptian tarot. We will clarify with the Gods of Egypt deck, which I have sitting here. And that just gives us clarity over the full reading, as well as shows us at the bottom of each deck what we can't see coming and what may be the actual effect on the turnaround of certain situations or the progression. So just keep in mind that I do intertwine astrology with some of this tarot that I'm doing as well, just pointing out particular astrological aspects as well as correlations between the cards. We are into the first or second day of Cancer season, so happy Cancer season to all my Cancers out there. You guys are that fourth aspect of the zodiac, that fourth sign. So, this is about completion. This is the first sign of completion. The number four is the first number of completion. And when we start talking about four corners to make a complete room or a box or a square, we have to just think about the completeness that four represents. If you look at the shape of a book, there's four corners, So these are things that have completeness and structure. Cancer is that representative of home and mother, nurturing. So we can experience a lot of that in this Cancer season. We'll also have Mercury going retrograde in Cancer on the 28th of June. Okay, so right before we go into July, Mercury will go retrograde in Cancer. So hopefully this will bring, some good nostalgic memories when it comes to mother, home. You may even visit one of your old homes or old neighborhoods during that Mercury retrograde. So just keep those things in mind. But we do want to call in my spirit guides, the Most High, as well as my ancestors to guide the reading. I ask that you call in whoever you need to so that you get the best clarity on your end. With mind, body, and soul, we pull out the first card, which is the Sun card in reverse. Okay. So I'm just going to build up the reading. Next card coming out is the World card in reverse. Okay, so the Sun and the World card coming out in reverse. Next card coming out is the Justice card upright. Okay. And to complete that bottom row, we have the Fool in reverse. Okay, so far a dominant reversal reading. Next row coming out upright is Temperance in the upright. So that's actually pretty good coming right out after the Fool in reverse. Next card coming out is going to be the Empress in reverse. Okay. And then to complete that row, we have the Chariot in reverse. Okay. Death or Judgment. Judgment card in reverse. Okay. And then we have the Lovers upright. And to top off the reading, yep, Death card. I knew Death was coming. I kind of felt it. I thought the Judgment card was the Death card because Anubis is on both, but yeah, definitely clarified that. Bottom of the deck, what we can't see coming is the High Priestess upright. Okay. So yeah, this is a pretty interesting reading. Definitely a dominant reversal reading to start off the week. Let me just clarify that. Yeah, pretty much dominant reversal. This is one off on the uprights. But definitely saying a lot. I would definitely say, this is more of a spiritual reading where things are definitely turning around. Somebody's getting some justice, and again, that Fool is flipped to the Wise Man, where things are putting him in a place of temperance. There's a golden opportunity that I say was either taken advantage of or came through as the justice, and this turned the motion around. Okay, or this has somebody in a standstill of looking at things in a different way. Okay. Ultimately, judgment is being reversed, and again, that's bringing out the Lovers to where there's a choice that has to be made, to where something's got to die, something's got to die to be reborn. So this is either a restart of a situation, or this is a death of one situation to bring forth the new situation. The high priestess is what you can't see coming. And I would definitely say that's maybe someone in the shadows that may be an admirer, somebody that you may have known before or been with before, and they come back around and play more of a transitional upgrade than where you may be now. Okay. Uh, this does seem to be a bit of stuck energy with all these reversals. It's just saying certain things in these reversals are things that need to turn around. I was saying the first row we're good, but when we get to the second row, this chariot is definitely saying something about that, and this could be something to where, again, two people are in a disagreement when it comes to the male and the female aspect here. Okay, but I definitely see the male being more of the dominant energy of who the reading is speaking to. But there are components here speaking to the divine feminine, which again are more of the spiritual aspects, with the high priestess coming out at the end. Again, the high priestess can also represent, a businesswoman, a woman who can stand on her own, but a woman who is very spiritual and very intuitive. So she almost knows what you don't, and that suspense will keep you in a place to where when you do find out or things are revealed, you'll be in awe to find out exactly who it is. Okay. But again, something's dying for something to be reborn, for all of that to take place, with the high priestess being in that position of what you can't see. I'm also seeing a flippage of, again, that fool being the wise man, helping him get back to a place of temperance, to where if an opportunity is not being seen or not being able to be taken advantage of, it's okay, because ultimately they have to make that choice for that to be something that they kill off, so that something can be reborn, or just eliminate totally, so that we can start to pave a new path in a new direction. Because that's important in the season that we're in now. Again, we're in initiate season, so for a lot of the I would say more deeper spiritual systems that I know of, they usually use the summertime as ritual for that indoctrination or that initiation, just based upon, again, this is the height of the sun. Okay, so again, being that we have more daylight than darkness right now, this is the best time to get good deeds done under the light of the sun, where again, the sun is where we can expose things. The moon is where things are hidden. So with the sun coming out in the first position of reversal, that could be something that's being hidden that we're not taking account of, that's actually causing the change. Okay, and as long as we can recognize that, again, justice is going to be one of the key components of what's going to go on this week, I would say. And being that I didn't do the Sunday read, just because I had a lot going on this weekend, I would say the first 7 cards are going to represent the first 7 days of the week. Okay, so this should have been Sunday, Sun in reverse. Monday is represented by the change card in reverse, which means change either way it comes. It can just be a stagnated change when it's in reverse. Okay. Wednesday would be represented by the Justice card upright. So if things, aren't working out, it's top of the week, then I would say by Tuesday you should see some things. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday would be this 4th card, the Fool card in reverse. Which again, you may get some wisdom or gain some level up from being in a position of the Fool and not knowing to actually knowing, and this may even set you off on a new journey, because a Fool reverse or upright can be a new journey, or it could be upheaval in the reverse to where you have to make a sudden move. And then with the Temperance card representing Thursday, this is where things possibly will balance out. By Friday, you'll see some type of opportunity possibly come and go. and by Saturday, that opportunity may be gone, or you may be still in a position where you're stuck and have to make a judgment, to make a choice, again, to get to that ultimate death position of putting something to rest so that something else can be born, or revitalizing something that's been dead, which is always, a thing of Mercury retrograde, bringing old things back to new relevance. So again, we may have certain formulas or certain things that we were pushing for a while ago, that may come back around with this Mercury retrograde coming, that give you a second opportunity to maybe reactivate something or revamp something. But just know something's coming to an end, in some shape, form, or fashion, for it to either be reborn in a different way or be rehashed or reshaped. Okay. High Priestess again at the bottom of the deck. That could also speak of another golden opportunity that you don't see coming, that could be more spiritually based. So just keep in mind, being an initiate season, these deities are going to call on those who they need to manifest that energy. Okay. And if you're in that number, don't be surprised if you get your calling, because sometimes you just won't know. And again, this is spiritual. I'm not talking about religious, but more spiritual tasks, things that are going to connect you with nature, connect you with people, in the oneness of the heart, not particularly under a doctrine or anything that's unnatural or taught. You know what I mean? These are innate attributes that we all have to tune in with each other, but we have to tune into them with ourselves first. And the more you get in tune with yourself in nature, the more you'll start to get on that same frequency with others that are the same, that you can actually build and chill with. Which again, if you're chilling with people that you can't learn from, then I don't see the reason for chilling with them. You know what I mean? So we got to get back to the place of knowing that we're only as good or as smart or as loving as the people that we're around that are in that same nature. Because if you're around people that are not in that nature, by default, you'll pick up some of the things that they do that are not in that true nature. And again, that is what fluctuates the frequency up or down. So we have to be aware of that. Okay. All right, Gods of Egypt going to clarify with, yep, the resentment card in reverse. Okay. So the opposite of resentment, okay, which to me would be fulfillment. If I don't resent something, I'm actually fulfilled, on the opposite side of that. So I would say that if you've been resenting something, or something has just been in that place of resentment, I believe it's going to turn around and turn into a fulfillment based upon your stamina, your longevity, your stick-to-itiveness, just again, your resilience to actually have a negative turn to positive. Bottom of the Gods deck, yep, the Thoth card, wholeness. Okay, so this is going to bring about wholeness. This is the second time the Thoth card has come out within the last, I would say, 3 or 4 readings, in the upright as well, letting you know that things are coming to some type of completion, which is right in correlation with the death card. Both bottom of the decks in the upright, and this is what you can't see coming. So the gods are just clarifying, get ready to maybe change some of the things that you may have resented, and start to be fulfilled by them in particular ways that you can't see. Because the main thing is that there looks like a particular spiritual anointing over this reading. But again, a lot of the things are in the dark based upon certain components that are being hidden to bring about the full fulfillment when it comes to that chain reaction of things happening in sequence, leading up to a particular event of wholeness and bringing things to completeness. Okay. So I think the reading's pretty simple. I'm liking the new way I just lay out the whole deck, because I'm really starting to see I need to get a full spectrum of what the pyramid's going to show me before I really start breaking it down. But again, we want to keep things simple. So I am looking to simplify the reads as I'm having less and less time to be able to engage. I just want to make sure I'm getting at least a good 15 to 20 minutes in and giving you guys a good explanation. Always doing the overview for the shorts. So if you want to go to the shorts and do the overview to see what you can see for yourself, it's always welcome, because again, I'm not an expert tarot reader by far. And again, some people just have a deeper understanding or a different understanding than what I may be bringing forth. So I do invite those people who have their own interpretation and their own ways of interpreting the cards. I welcome you guys to look at my short. So give me a comment if you are vibing with the reading, if you resonate with my explanation. If you have any extension or something that maybe I missed that you see, I always take constructive criticism in the comments as well. And then I ask that you like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video so we can get other people in tune with the ESQ-Astro Sauce algorithm. I am trying to get more out there in the video so I can go live and do some numerology and some astrology readings as well as videos for people. So just let me know what you guys want in content as well with the comments, because again, I do have other tarot decks. I just don't use them. I use the Egyptian style because it's the simplest. Some people think it's redundant because the classic Egyptian tarot deck is a short deck. It's not a long deck, so a lot of the cards will come out every day. But again, when the energy is again being tuned right, it can be repeat messages, or there can be same cards coming out based upon that energy. So we always want to again bring our own interpretation and understanding to the reading, even though I am here as a guide and as the part of the collective that is actually pulling the reading. So like I say, I'm not here for just you guys. I'm here taking notes as well, because I am part of the collective. But hey, I appreciate y'all tuning in to ESQ-Astro Sauce. Like, share, and subscribe. And hopefully I'll be back tomorrow if things don't get too wild, and we'll do another daily collective. All right. Peace.